Imagine for a second an AI that could predict a heart attack years before it happens.
And it just analyzes your medical history.
Yeah,
It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
right.
It does.
Well, it turns out the future of heart health might be closer than we think.
It's true. What we are seeing is a seismic shift in how we approach, you know, diagnostics and risk assessment.
Okay.
This isn't just about crunching numbers, you know.
Right.
It's about identifying patterns and connections that might not be obvious to even the most seasoned cardiologist.
Totally. And so today's deep dive is all about a groundbreaking new AI tool called Optimise.
Yes.
We've got two incredible articles hot off the medical press, plus my own notes on the AI revolution that's kind of quietly changing the face of healthcare as we speak. So what makes Optimise so special? Well, researchers at Leeds Teaching Hospital's NHS Trust have basically created an AI that can analyze medical records to identify individuals at high risk of heart-related death, often before any symptoms even appear.
And it's not just a small improvement. We're talking about potentially life-saving early intervention.
Right.
So picture this. You're flagged as high risk before you even realize anything is wrong, and then suddenly there's an opportunity for proactive lifestyle changes,
Right.
preventative treatments, maybe even stopping a heart attack before it ever has a chance to happen.
It's like having a crystal ball for your heart.
It is.
But instead of vague prophecies, you get concrete, data-driven insights.
Yeah.
But how does it actually work? We're talking about complex medical histories, mountains of data. How can an AI possibly make sense of all that?
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting. Optimise is built on a massive data set, over 2 million patient records.
Wow.
It's like giving a medical student the combined knowledge of thousands of doctors.
Right.
But it's not just about the quantity of data, it's the way Optimise learns.
All right, so spill the tea. What kind of AI magic is happening under the hood?
Think of it as a highly sophisticated pattern recognition system. Optimise utilizes a type of machine learning called deep learning, which allows it to sift through layers and layers of information lab results, family history, lifestyle factors, and it can spot those subtle correlations that might indicate a heightened risk of, future heart problems. It's not replacing human doctors, it's giving them a powerful new lens through which to view patient data.
And this isn't just theoretical, right? This AI has been put to the test.
Absolutely. In a recent study, Optimise correctly identified nearly 3/4, that's a whopping 74%, of the patients who went on to die from heart-related issues within a 10-year period.
Wow.
And perhaps even more impressive, they ran a pilot study with 82 high-risk patients.
Okay.
And the results were pretty remarkable.
Okay, now I have to know. What happened when they unleashed Optimise in the real world? Did it actually make a difference in these patients' lives?
Let's dive into those results as we move into the real-world impact of Optimise.
So we left off with this pilot study, 82 patients, all considered high risk for heart problems.
Right.
And Optimise gets to work. What kind of impact are we talking about here?
Well, imagine being told you have a hidden health concern,
Okay.
something no one had detected before. And that's exactly what happened to 20% of the patients in this study.
Optimise flagged them for potential kidney disease, which was later confirmed by, further testing.
Wow, that's huge. Early detection of kidney disease is crucial, especially for people already at risk of heart problems. It's like Optimise was playing medical detective, uncovering clues hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, and it's not just about uncovering hidden problems. The pilot study also found that over half of the patients with high blood pressure ended up having their medication adjusted because of Optimise's insights.
Okay, so we're not just talking about predicting the future, but also fine-tuning current treatments based on a much deeper understanding of individual risk factors. That's incredible.
Exactly. Imagine the potential for preventative care and personalized medicine if this kind of analysis becomes standard practice.
But, it's also important to remember that this technology is still in its early stages.
Sure.
AI is only as good as the data it's trained on.
Right.
And there are always nuances to human health that algorithms might miss.
Right. Let's talk about that for a second. As much as I love the idea of AI giving us a heads up on potential health problems, are there any limitations we need to keep in mind? What's the reality check here?
Well, for one thing, healthcare is incredibly complex. We can't just rely on algorithms to tell us everything.
Yeah.
Human judgment, experience, the patient's own story, all of that is still crucial.
Right.
And then there's the question of access and equity.
Sure.
Will this kind of technology be available to everyone, or will it further exacerbate existing healthcare disparities?
Those are really important points. So where do we go from here? What's the timeline for getting Optimize into the hands of doctors who can actually use it?
Well, the researchers are aiming to integrate Optimize into GP systems within the next 2 years.
Wow.
Imagine a world where your doctor could simply, press a button and get an instant risk assessment based on your medical history.
That would be a game changer. But let's zoom out a bit. Optimize is focused on heart health, but this feels like part of a much bigger trend. Are there other areas of medicine where AI is making similar strides?
Absolutely. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Hmm.
There's groundbreaking research happening right now on AI that analyzes retinal images to predict cardiovascular risk, even in pre-diabetic individuals.
Wait, so we're talking about identifying potential problems before someone even develops a full-blown chronic condition. That's wild. Tell me more about that. So we're talking about AI analyzing images of your eyes to like glean insights into your heart health. That's fascinating and a little unnerving at the same time. How does that even work?
It is really incredible. Our eyes are like windows into our overall health.
Wow.
Those tiny blood vessels at the back of the eye,
Yeah.
they can reveal early signs of cardiovascular disease even before traditional tests pick them up.
Hmm.
And AI is now incredibly good at analyzing those subtle changes, often with greater accuracy than, even human experts.
So we've got AI predicting heart attacks years in advance, AI spotting hidden kidney disease, and now AI analyzing retinas to get ahead of heart problems. It feels like we're on the verge of a preventative medicine revolution.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really does feel that way. And it's not just cardiology. AI is also being used to develop personalized cancer treatments,
Wow.
diagnose rare diseases, even predict outbreaks of infectious
It's
diseases.
mind-blowing. But with all of this incredible potential, it also feels important to acknowledge, the potential downsides. What are some of the challenges that come with this rapid integration of AI into healthcare?
Well, data privacy is a huge one, right?
Right.
These AI systems thrive on data, and we need to ensure that patient information is being handled responsibly, ethically. And then, of course, there are the societal implications.
Right.
How do we ensure that this technology benefits everyone, not just those who can afford it?
Those are really, really crucial considerations. This technology has the potential to transform healthcare for the better, but it's up to us to ensure that it's developed and implemented responsibly. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI and heart health, I'm left with one final question for our listeners to ponder. If you could have a glimpse into your future health, would you want to know? Would it empower you to make positive changes, or would it simply create unnecessary anxiety? It's a question without easy answers, and it's one that we'll all be grappling with more and more as AI becomes increasingly integrated into our lives. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon with another episode exploring the frontiers of AI and its impact on our world.